Okay, section 8.2 is looking at different types of bank accounts you can have. In the try these, it says circle the services that meet your own needs. So obviously this is different for everyone. Probably be kind of close. As a student, you probably want to have online banking or the app from your bank, which most will be able to do. You probably want to have access to the ATM so you can get some cash out. I doubt that you would need a safety deposit box. At this age, you probably don't need a line of credit. They probably wouldn't give it to you under 18. Monthly interest. If you're able to put money in and save up, then maybe that is important. And check writing. Not many people write checks anymore, but basically a checking account is what you need to use your debit card. You can use your debit card for savings accounts, but typically there's going to be costs associated with that, whereas in a checking account, not so much. So probably a checking account. So here's a list of what a bank offers for 3 different types of accounts. A checking account, so best for day-to-day banking, debit card purchases, check writing, pre-authorized payments. So sometimes, like if you sign up for Netflix or something like that, it can come out of, will it come out? It might need a credit card, but it might do pre-authorized from a checking account. If you're paying rent, when you graduate and you get your own place and you're paying rent, that will typically, they'll need a void check, and then it will come out of your bank account once a month. Other bill payments, ATM use, etc. And it might have, if you do write a check, you might have the services usually that you can get the canceled checks back. They charge you more for it, but so you might opt in or out for that. Saving accounts focus on savings, so you don't want to have a lot of transactions on those, as I mentioned before. So there's higher service charges for withdrawals and deposits, but it does earn interest. In a checking account, sometimes there's a savings / checking, so you will, in some checking accounts, earn a little bit of interest, but it's pretty slim. It's not really much. Tax-free savings account, so TFSA. That is an account. It can be like a savings account where you can deposit it on your own time or whatever. Sometimes it's more like you might buy a GIC or something like that, mutual funds. But basically the interest that you earn on that doesn't get taxed when you do your income tax. So if you have a lot of investments and you're earning a lot of interest, if it's over a certain amount, the government will charge tax on that. And so this is a way of avoiding that. It's different from a RSP. RSP, again, you invest in GICs or mutual funds and that kind of thing. And then you can, on your income tax submission, subtract it from your earnings for the year. So then you get, you pay less income tax. But then when you take your money out of the RSP when you're retired, then it's like income. So then you pay income tax then. So it's just a way of sort of delaying the income tax. So what decision should Bella make about the type of account to use? For daily purchases with a debit card, so those you'll need to use a checking account. To get canceled checks as well, if that's something that's important. To save money from each paycheck, then if you're going to be saving, then open a savings account. And to save $400 a month to buy a house in 5 years. So if you're not, you know that you're not going to take it out much at all, then that's probably a good idea to open a TFSA. 400 a month times 12 months is 4,800. You're allowed about 5,000 a year, and then you're not going to take it out for 5 years when you buy a house, so you're not paying any tax on the interest that you earn. Okay, next one. Tegan is a set designer. In a typical month, she makes 16 transactions. She keeps a minimum monthly balance of $650. Which checking account should she choose? And there'll be some steps to decide that. So again, when you open an account, you get some choices. If you keep a certain minimum balance, then your account fees are going to be less, depending on the situation. These days, with debit card transactions, now it may not be that there's no limit to them, but there are, you can get, you'll hear on TV, certain, they're not typical banks, they're more like I'm not sure what you would call them. I didn't even list that in the last section of this chapter, but they'll say no fees, right? Unlimited transactions. But there's probably a minimum account balance because they have to make some money somehow, right? And so they'll earn some interest off of your money that way. So it really depends, but there are some, like I have an account that I had from when I was a kid, and I will keep it forever probably. I don't use it that often, but I think I get 4 transactions for free, and then after that it charges me because I don't get charged monthly for it, for the account. It's got a minimum balance, and anyway, so there are different kinds for that. So let's check out which one's going to work for her. What are her typical value account costs per month? So she makes 16 transactions a month. This is less for a value account. Remember, that was 25 transactions. The only cost, so it's less than the 25, so the only cost is the monthly fee of $8.95. Typical low fee account costs. So monthly fee was $3.95. Includes 10 transactions for free. The number of additional transactions, well, 16 minus 10 is 6. So 6 at 65 cents each. And 6 times 65 cents is $3.90. And so now we add those together. And so that's for 8,785. So which is cheaper? It's the low value. Okay. So should you choose the low value or the value? The low fee. The low fee. Okay. Basically, as long as she keeps to 16 or fewer transactions. Because if she had one more transaction, that would be another 65. That would be $7 and what? $8. They would still actually, she could have one more transaction and still be less than the value account. Okay. Now, if she ends up being able to get that minimum amount in her account, then they'll charge her no fee, right? So if she could keep 1,000 in there, then she's not going to have any fee. If she could keep 2,000 in, she wouldn't have any fee, right? But for those same transactions. So that would be a goal. So unlimited, no Oh, no for unlimited, because it's cost more money, right? And she's not a student. No for student account. Okay, next one. Tyler has $2,500 invested in his savings account on September 1st. So there's September 1st. He deposits $500 on September 11th and withdraws $200 on September 15th. The interest rate is 1.2% per year, compounded daily. The interest rate is not big, right? So it's compounded daily, but you get the interest at the end of the month. And it's on the daily closing balance. The interest is calculated daily and paid monthly. So we've done some calculations like this before. So he has $2,500 in his account from September 1st until the 10th. So for 10 days. And so 2,500 times 1 plus the interest rate per year as a decimal divided by the number of days in the year for 10 days. So exponent 10. Okay, so you can, if you have a graphing calculator similar to mine, you can do it all at once. Or you can do it in steps. So that's 2,582 cents. So the interest earned was just 82 cents. You subtract the 2,500 from it. Okay. Now on September 11th, he deposited $500 more. So now in the account is $3,000 for 4 days, the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. So for 4 days, so 3,000, but now the exponent is 4, just for 4 days. So 3,000. I'm actually going to show you, if you do have a graphing calculator, you can go up, copy the calculation out, and then you can go and change this to 3,000, and then change, everything else stays the same except the exponent. So you can make that a 4, enter on that, 3,039 cents. So 39 cents. Okay, then on the 15th, he withdraws 200. So now he's back down to 2,800. And he's now, for the rest of the month, so he takes it out on the 15th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 days. So 2,800, and this would be 16 up here. And so again, I could copy this out. I can go, actually I can go and change this right away. And then go to the principal, which was 2,800. Enter on that, so $2,801.47. 47 cents, so $1.47. And now add up those interests. So, oops, 82 cents plus 39 plus $1.47, $2.68. So not a lot, but if that was the case for all 12 months of the year, then, you know, it's 25 bucks, almost 30 bucks for doing nothing. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 8.2. So now you can work on the practice.